Hello everyone. So today I'm not going to give lectures on any other subject and topic. Today I thought that I should share an update about my diabetes. As you all know that I was diagnosed with diabetes in March this year, early March I believe, yes. And the HbA1c, I mean that average blood sugar levels were around 11.4, and I was absolutely devastated. I had neuropathy, pain in the feet, cramps, and I was putting on excessively. I had a lot of these mood disorders during then. I was just not feeling right, lot of lethargy, and I was just feeling miserable overall. And I was not supposed to get the checkup done. I mean, we had to do a routine checkup for the liver health of my partner. So when those guys came to collect the sample, I don't know, I mean, I felt as if I should also give my sample and get myself tested. So that is how I got myself tested. And then after that I got the surprise, cholesterols were skyrocketing. I mean, blood sugar was, at a very bad level. My average used to be around 280, 300 in those days, and I was not in a good condition. And then I started, I consulted a couple of doctors. Then I finally went back to my family doctor and requested him to give me a prescription and tell me how to go about it. So he gave me initially glimepiride and metformin, and these dosages were quite high, like 1000 mg of metformin in the morning, 1000 mg of metformin in the evening, along with glimepiride in the morning. I think 3 mg glimepiride was given in the morning, and I think there was a medicine called vildagliptin, so that was given at night along with the metformin. And at night also I was given rosuvastatin, so I think that is for lipid and cholesterol, I believe. So these medicines were given, and trust me, after 1 month of usage of these medicines, I was even more miserable. Yes, my mood disorders were a lot controlled. I was less lethargic, less lazy, but I had a lot of stomach upset and cramps in the belly, and there were other things that was happening. So I was just a mess. I mean, before being diagnosed with diabetes and after starting the medications. Then I started, I was on medicine. I requested him to, reduce the dosage. So he requested, he did reduce the dosage though, but still, I was very scared. Trust me, I was really scared. Though my parents had diabetes, but I was not expecting, to have it as well. And I was eating all well. I mean, in the morning I was having all a little bit of fruits, then that roti sabji, and then in lunch also I was having that roti dal sabji, and at night I was having roti dal sabji and all of that curd. And I stopped eating absolutely the rice, so there was no rice in the diet. And along with that, the medicine dosages were reduced, and I started also consuming fenugreek water. I used to soak fenugreek seeds in the water. I used to have it empty stomach in the morning. Just a little bit of a holistic approach, I would say, because I was very scared. I mean, like, as it is diabetes, then lots of medicines. It was a really scary phase, but I don't know, somewhere or the other, I feel I was prepared for it. It was not like a major shock. Yes, I felt bad, but it was not like a major shock. Now after that, after 1 month of that medicine, such high dosage to control the blood sugar levels, and then I was suggested to start doing workout and long walks, to around an hour of walk, 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes in the evening, plus workout a little bit of cardio, a little bit of weight training. So I incorporated all of that. All that jingbing was incorporated in my routine. But I don't know, I was not feeling all right, though I had got that glucometer my friend gifted me, and it's like a small little device. You have to just put it on your arm, and then you can scan the reader, and it collects the data. So I did all of that. The sugar levels also came down, and I was feeling better, but stomach was still in a mess. I was eating all the prescribed food as how these doctors prescribe the chapati and blah 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 blah. I was eating all of that, but I was not feeling right, let me tell you. Then I started doing a little bit of research, and I started doing a little bit of case studies of different people suffering from diabetes, how they coped up, how they managed and all. And then I started understanding more about gluten and how gluten impacts the body. And it is a kind glutinous or foods with gluten is a kind of a stressor for your health overall. And then I was still in the reading phase, and then somebody suggested me a very interesting doctor. He's an endocrinologist as well as a dietitian, so he's quite an amazing doctor. And so it was my first time, so I did speak to him also. And trust me, he's studied in the UK, and he's amazing. He listens to you, he understands how your lifestyle is, and he gives the best advice. Yes, he gives medicine also, but he gives you the best advice. Then on and off I used to consult him. I never asked him to give me medicines because I wanted to be very sure with that doctor, because as it is, my family doctor was, as it is, giving me all that medicines, vitamin B and B12, vitamin D, and all of that was given. So I was on the family doctor's prescription, and I was following the diet which they suggested. And then I started researching on my own, and I came across this foods with gluten and how it impacts the health. Then I came across this endocrinologist, amazing endocrinologist, very knowledgeable, young, talented, and he's amazing. And I can't stop praising his knowledge. He really has it, trust me. And he talks the way how you are comfortable or how you can process and understand. He's not like talking in some alien language or in some alien terminology where you can't get a grasp. So he's amazing. So I did meet him. I did speak on and off, just consultation. I was not taking medicine. Then he asked me to do a little bit of tests regarding other things in the body, and then he got my hormones evaluated, whether at all they are fine or not. Then he gave me a plan of a week plan. He did not ask me to stop the medicine. He gave me a plan for 7 days to see how my blood sugar levels are in the morning when I wake up, and how it is after postprandial, after 2 hours of eating food. So I did make that chart. I was on the medicines prescribed by the first doctor, and in between I was having all that fenugreek water and all of that. So then he called me for a discussion, and then he explained me that there are 3 reasons why possibly I was having diabetes. First, he said that it is because of I contracted COVID, so there are adverse effects, and in a lot of patients they have been diagnosed with diabetes and other illness also. So a lot of young adults are having issues with the heart, with diabetes. So one possible reason which he came up with was that it could be because an adverse effect of having COVID. I had it, I think 3 times. So one reason could be that. Second was I had a very sedentary lifestyle, so I was very, as it is, very paranoid, because of COVID and contracting it. I don't know, I developed a phobia, and because of that I was just not outgoing. Life was very sedentary, it was just blogging, sitting, eating, reading, cooking, doing household chores, then again sleeping, then again eating, doing this and that, and so it was just in the house. So first was COVID, second was sedentary lifestyle, and the third thing he interestingly he said that it could possibly be because of your food. And then I asked him that I eat like absolutely shuddh shakahari food, I mean vegetarian food and all Indian, highly healthy Indian food. And then he did burst into laughter, and then he explained a lot of things to me, that how Indian foods can be nightmare for our internal system and our organs, and how it really impacts the health of the colon and the health of the liver. So he said a couple of things and I could understand, but then till then also he did not give me medicines. He said you go home, you process it, come back after a couple of days or weeks when you feel like, and then we'll sit and talk and we'll see if at all you are interested to start the medicine, which I would suggest. And meanwhile I came back and then I started doing my research again. Trust me, I got to know, see, my immunity as it is was impacted because of all these COVID and all sedentary lifestyle, but food also played an important role. I was under this impression that this roti is very healthy, this boiled rice by draining the water is very healthy, making these sag sabzis, cooking sag sabzis, adding all masala, it is all very healthy. But trust me, I have come to a conclusion that the Indian cuisine is one of the worst cuisine, because there is no nutritional value at all, because everything is so overcooked. I used to cook it. I can't blame that, someone else is doing bad. I mean, the way how I was trained and the things that I knew, all these vegetables had to be cooked, for half an hour or for 15 minutes with all that masala in it. So for example, if you take okra, brinjal, gauze, bitter gourd, pumpkin, spinach, and all those different kind of leafy vegetables, cauliflower, cabbage, everything had to be cooked, and I used to cook it in the traditional way. No one can deny how in India foods are cooked, and trust me, they don't have any nutritional value left after being exposed to such extreme heats and all that jing bang masala and all that oil. Trust me, it's I would say it's worse than a rotten food. I mean that's what I have realized. And I discussed it with my partner, and he also has liver issues, and though we were eating all shuddh desi khana, but trust me, it is atrocious food. And we have said finally, we have really put our hands together and said goodbye to it. We are no more into eating the Indian food at all. And then we did bring about a major change. We incorporated lots of green vegetables, lots of fruits, and we did cut out grains. And as you guys know that I was vegetarian, but then my doctor stressed, the previous doctor on whose medications I was on after being diagnosed with diabetes. So he explained to me that my body is used to a non-vegetarian food, and at least to the least, at least I should have some amount of fish and egg. So though I never wanted, but I started so that it could support my system. And also he explained me how it impacts the nerve health also. So immediately getting off also doesn't help, and maybe you can reduce the frequency, but absolutely quitting doesn't help. And not everything, because our bodies are a little it needs both the things. So some people might say that we are celestial beings and we just need to eat vegetables, but no, there are research that that supports that our body is made for, you know, both non-vegetarian food as well as vegetarian food. And I used to like non-vegetarian food, but then I had thought that I mean, it was too much of cruelty involved, so I had quit. I had my own reasons, I had quit. But ever since then, the doctor said that I should start having egg, and I should have you know, I should start having salmon, at least a piece of, you know, baked salmon with just salt and pepper and no nothing. So all that I had started, you know, from March onwards, just a little bit. Then you know, after doing all of these research and understanding, you know, how things are, how worst gluten is and how bad carbs are, you know, we took a final decision. But before taking the final decision, I went to the doctor, and I told him that give me the least, you know, dosage of medicine that you can suggest, looking at me, looking my weight, and looking all that, you know, the test things that you have done. So he gave me gliptin. I think it's sitagliptin. So he gave me a combination of sitagliptin along with metformin, and he brought down the dosage to just 500 mg. So 500 mg of both that combination in the morning and 500 mg in the evening. And he then you know, I don't know, I mean, he can read the mind very well, it seems. He asked me that I believe you have done enough research and on all of these things, what happened to you, because you as it is looked very paranoid, you know, when you had first come to me. I said yes, I mean, anyone would be, because I'm all alone. I mean, I'm all alone, my partner is there, and that's it. I don't have any support system, and I need to be a little worried. And then he said that you know, so what have you thought, what are you going to eat? And then I told him that now I'm going to stick to, you know, all veggies, greens, you know, a little bit of animal protein maybe, and I'm quitting grains. And he was really happy. Then, you know, after getting the medicines, yeah, he gave me the sitagliptin along with metformin, and he gave me one more medicine, and that was, I think, rosuvastatin for maintenance, and a little bit of medications to, you know, stabilize the hormone, you know, disbalance that I had. So all of those medicines I stopped the medicine of that family doctor. Then I started all these medicines, and I came and I sat down with my partner, and I said that, you know, Coco, I just need to quit all this trash that we are eating, that paneer masala, that saag, karhai paneer, roti, paratha, bhujia, it's all rubbish. Trust me, we are just eating junk. So I mean, like, you know, calling an outside food junk, it is actually being very harsh, because the food that we are eating in the house is also junk. And Indian cuisine is filled with junk food. It's all junk. It's all overcooked food. So it's no different from the processed food, you know, outside. It's the same thing. Too much of oil, you know, excessive of oils, heating those oils, and then, you know, cooking food, smashing it, you know, left and right, adding in lots of masala to satiate, you know, those taste buds. But the nutritional value is just zero. I mean, you can do your own research and you can come to conclusion. Then we stopped that, and we finally, you know, did a lot of changes. You know, we got into more of those organic green leafy vegetables. I got into more of salads. I incorporated more of, you know, as it is spinach in the salad, like raw, clean raw, lots of cucumber, lots of tomato, a little bit of steamed, you know, cauliflowers, steamed broccolis, steamed mushrooms, and a little bit of tossing and saute, maybe 2-3 minutes in a little drizzle of olive oil, just a little bit of saute for the mushrooms. Then you know, baked salmon, egg whites, and all of these things we incorporated. We had really said, you know, goodbye to rice, and we had said goodbye to wheat and everything. So after that, trust me, now, you know, from 11.4 or, you know, the HbA1c, from 11.4 now I am at, you know, 7.3. and this happened, this entire transformation happened, I think March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. So this is in 9 months, and I have been like walking 10,000 steps every day, doing a little bit of those dumbbell thing. I mean, like my guy has those dumbbells and he does all that, so I have a little bit of dumbbell weight training I do, and walking is there, and a little bit of stretching, yoga, and that's it. And I feel much better, I feel good. And in fact, I did ring up my doctor, and I did ask him, I mean this new doctor whose medicine I'm following, I asked him that I've done the necessary changes in my food also, and he said that that's absolutely good what you have done. You should have done it and realized it long back, or else you wouldn't have had, you know, made a visit to me. So I said, yeah, I mean, like, but we are conditioned and trained that, you know, in the entire universe, one of the best food is Indian food and all of that. You know, you see all those news articles and you get, you know, gone with all that. So now mostly my food includes salads, raw veggies, a little steamed veggies, no grains at all. On and off I take chickpea, on and off I take grams, those black grams, chickpea. Then I even include sprouts, lots of sprouts. But on and off I do make you know, once in a week lentil soup. So that is something that I make, but there is no rice, no flour, no nothing is there, and salmon and eggs. So that is what is in our diet. And trust me, I mean, like, my guy's liver has healed. I got his test done again. His liver seems happy and thanking him. He is reducing weight. I'm reducing a lot on my belly and on my inner thighs. So a lot of things are changing, and I feel good. My mood feels good. You know, I don't feel miserable. Trust me, the food that you eat is also one of the reasons how you feel. So try and, you know, put in good, and try and put in more raw. See, I'm not trying to advocate the thing that I'm doing, but I'm just sharing something, and if at all it makes sense to you guys, try and incorporate. Because trust me, no matter how much you work out, and no matter what you do, and no matter what jing bang articles we read that this is the best food, that is the best food, I think overcooked foods are the worst food. They are just junk food made at home. It's a homemade junk food, and this homemade junk food did not help me. So kindly please save yourself. I would request all of you to save yourself from any, you know, health you know, issues and diseases, because no matter how much we demonize outside market that it's junk and they are selling junk, don't eat that junk. House food is equally junk. The refined oil that is used in the kitchen, that is horrible. You know, multiple, you know, times of, you know, warming up that oil and cooking food, you know, frying things in it. And veggies are as it is dead. Trust me, once veggies come from the farm and you know, they come to you on the table, it's already dead. They are just destroyed. It's destroyed vegetables that you see in sabjis in your plate. It's destroyed with overcooking, overheating, lots of oil, lots of masala. It's a destroyed version. So that is the reason, you know, we have a lot of problem. And trust me, having those nutrients from those colorful fruits is very essential for your overall system. And you know, in today's time, see, most of the things are adulterated, but still, if you can find, you know, an organic source, you know, for all these vegetables, and eat it as it is, you know, include lots of capsicum, you know, cauliflower, spinach. I mean, I have started eating bitter gourd raw. I make you know, salad out of that also. I eat that also. So trust me, it has changed a lot. I know it needs time to develop and get that, you know, hang of eating it, but trust me, when your life is at risk, you would make that change. So rather than waiting for that time and, you know, staying in a illusion, or I would say having that delusion that Indian cuisine is one of the best. I don't think it's too much of bragging that it's one of the best. And if you do some research, if you go back in ancient times, people used to eat boiled foods, people used to eat raw veggies, people used to eat a lot of these raw and steamed food, not these bhujiyas and these sabjis and tarkaris and this and that. Oh, I have really destroyed, trust me, I have this awakening that I really destroyed my system. For 35 years I have ruined my stomach, and just a couple of months that I did this change, I have a feeling that my body is also thanking me. And trust me, what you eat really impacts you here as well. So don't neglect the greens, don't neglect the fruits, because that is very essential. I think with a lot of these modernization and a lot of these companies and that pyramid system of making money, they brought in these staples, where rice is there, dal is there, and one sabji is there, and that is the most nutritious food on this planet, in this universe. Yeah, you can come across all these articles that it's in one of the best foods in universe, Indian food. But the Indian food now, it's one of the worst food. Indian food back then, I mean, 500 years back, of course it was good. Fresh vegetables, steamed raw vegetables were consumed, a little bit of saute was consumed, soups were consumed, not this grass that we see on the table, palak paneer, matar paneer. Oh god, it's all dead piece of junk made at home. So please think about it, do some research, study, and please take care of your health. Please don't fall trap to the negative marketing that outside foods are junk food. See, outside food is junk food, it's bad, but what you're making in house is equally junk. So it's a kind of a both sides are ditch. So that is the reason it impacts our mental health, it impacts our physical health, it impacts our immunity, it impacts our intelligence. We need those nutrients as it is in our body. To whatever best way we can, we should consume it as it is, and that helps. So I feel a lot of positive changes. I feel very different from inside, and I feel healthy. And this is all what I thought that I should share with you guys, because you guys must be thinking that, oh, she's looking sick, she's looking sad. No, a lot of things changed, and food is something which we overlook. Trust me, the secret key is in the food. No matter how much you work out, and if you eat rubbish, I mean, this home cooked food, it's absolutely crap. So please, I just want to make it clear before I end this video, soups, without that masala retaining the actual nutrients, steamed food, a little blanched food, blanched vegetables, steamed vegetables is much better than all that Indian curry, bhindi masala, gobi masala, aloo masala. And you do your own research. I am done with it, and my stomach is thanking me. So yes, this was all about my diabetes journey, and I think I'm in the process of even reversing it. Let's see how it goes by. And nowadays I would say that my fasting diabetes levels are around 100, 99 or 100 fasting. And after food it is around 120, 130. So medicines are working, the food is also working. I had discussed with the doctor that can you reduce it even more than this, the medicine? And the doctor said that, see, once you know what is working out for you, we can even come to a point where we can even switch off the medicines, we can put you off medicines. So that was something very good that I heard from a doctor. Normally these doctors are really commercial, they will be writing long list. Oh, it was very traumatic to go through all that list, and detailed way they write that, oh, you're suffering from this, so for this 5 medicines, you're suffering from this 2 medicines, you're suffering from this 8 medicines, and this list of tests that you need to do. So at least a lot of things have changed. I would request all of my viewers who are diabetic, Please start consuming lots and lots of green. Please do your research, get into habit of eating lots of salad, and at least do your 10,000 steps in a day. Drink lots of water. Trust me, you can also discuss it with your doctor, and you can tweak the dosages of medicines, because diabetes is a lifestyle issue. Definitely it's hereditary also, and it gets triggered by other diseases also, but yes, if lifestyle good, I mean like non-sedentary lifestyle, and non-sedentary lifestyle doesn't mean doing ghar ka kaam. Non-sedentary lifestyle means not doing household work, that I do my brooming and mopping and I do my dishes. That is not what it is. You have to go out for walk, go out for 30 minutes twice, or maybe an hour walk daily in the evening, or 45 minutes. Worst case scenario, 30 minutes walk. Yeah, so please incorporate that, because we need that pump up, we need that circulation in our body. So that is important. Please get rid of all these trashy food habits that we have been taught and we have been conditioned. I mean, this is just a piece of suggestion. Please do your own research, because food gets destroyed when it reaches the plate. That colorful Indian beautiful cuisine and overcooked foods, that's all dead food. So think about it, and do the positive changes. I think anyone and everyone can fix, and please read about gluten, and if you all can strip gluten off your diet, I think that would be really amazing. Avoid carbs, avoid gluten, and avoid overcooked food. That is junk. The cooked food is junk, which we often say that don't eat outside, it's bad, it's junk. At home also it's junk. What is cooked is junk. So think about it, do your own research, and in case if you would like to add in, you can always comment below. So yes, this was all how my diabetes is and the journey all this while. So I hope this video must be helpful to my viewers, and please like, share, subscribe the channel, and please feel free to drop in a mail if you need any consultation, or if you need any discussion, since I have been practicing now psychotherapy, listening to people's problems. So you can always reach out to me on your mail, and never keep it in your heart, always share it. And yes, life is beautiful. Please make good choices, good food, good workout, and take care of yourself and have a healthy and beautiful life. Lots of love and blessings to all of you, and take care. Bye.